Hello student, welcome to social studies class once again. Today I shall discuss a new chapter. It is chapter number 13 and the same chapter it is there in the second evolution syllabus, and the chapter is India after independence. India got independence in the year 1947 on 15th August. India had got its independence at the cost of its partition. India got divided into two independent dominions, India and Pakistan. Now, because of this partition, large number of people they changed or crossed the borders, and because of this, millions of the people they became homeless in their own country. Now, independent government of India brought number of changes in the initiative regarding the rehabilitation of these refugees. At that time, a rehabilitation ministry was created for the rehabilitation of all these people. For the immediate solution also, relief camps were opened, food was distributed among the homeless people, and also financial help also given to these refugees. Gradually, the same refugees they became the part of Indian society and assimilated with rest of the people. It was a very challenging task at that time to assimilate and to rehabilitate all these millions of people. So India tackled this refugee problem at that time very successfully. Now, the next problem came in front of the independent government of India. It was integration or joining of the princely state. At the time of India's independence, so there were about 600 princely states, and they had their own right to decide whether to join the dominion of either the dominion, whether India or Pakistan, means to decide their own future. However, the states were free to join either of the dominions, but at that time the Home Minister Sri Vallabhbhai Patel he tackled this problem very successfully through the instrument, it is called instrument of accession. He persuaded most of the states to join India, and almost all the independent states except Junagadh, Hyderabad and the Kashmir all acceded to India, all joined Indian Union, but subsequently these three, Junagadh, Hyderabad and the Kashmir, also later joined the Indian Union. So this is all about the integration of princely states. Next problem, what came on the way, it was selection of national language. When the Indian Constitution was in the process of drafting, selection of national language was also a very big problem. How because India is a very diverse country, and diversity in terms of religion, caste, and of course language. So it is because of multilingual in nature. It was a very big task before the leaders to select a national language. Opting a particular language will dissatisfy the other language speaking people. So though Hindi was identified at that time as national language, but it was not taken as national language, as only at that time 40% people of India, means Hindi speaking people were only 40% people. So that is why if Hindi chosen as national language, then the other 60% other language speaking people, they will be dissatisfied, and because of this India, the leaders, they had not taken a single language as the national language. With the formation of these linguistic states in India, the regional language were also to be recognized. Besides Hindi also, there were 21 other languages that have been included in the 8th schedule of the constitution, and hence all these are called as scheduled language. So all these are called as scheduled language besides Hindi. Now it was a problem at that time. Not a problem means a very big task in front of the leader to tackle this problem and to solve this problem and to satisfy all the people. Okay, so that is why India do not have a national language. Now next, British, they had ruined Indian economy and drained the Indian wealth to their mother country. So when India got independence, so the economy of the nation, it was in a very poor condition. So political freedom India achieved in that particular year 1947, but this political freedom will have no meaning if or without any economic freedom or without a strong economy. So that is why Indian leaders, they realized that so economic planning should be there, and that is why so planning commission, it was set up in 1950, and the commission entrusted with the task of planning for the country. Now this commission will plan, and accordingly from 1951, so 5-year planning system was introduced. Now framing of the constitution, next it is how the constitution was framed. India set up constituent assembly, and the elected members are elected by the provincial legislative assemblies. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, he was elected as the president. B.R. Ambedkar, he was appointed as the chairman of the drafting committee, and the assembly had 389 members representing all parties, minorities, weaker section. The Constituent Assembly adopted, or the constitution, it was adopted on 26 November 1949, and the next year on 26 January 1950, Indian constitution came into force, came into operation. And that is why every year we celebrate 26 January as a Republic Day. Next, so this is all about the drafting in short, okay, drafting of the Indian constitution. The preamble of the Indian constitution, it begins with we the people of India. So the power behind the constitution, it is the people. People are the main power. Now next, India's relation with the neighboring countries. We'll see how India maintains relation with the neighboring countries. India always avoided the interference of foreign powers in the settlement of disputes with its neighbors. Now first we will see the India's relation with China. India and China relation. India's relation with China is ancient one and the old. In the beginning, China had been sympathetic to India's cause. Similarly, Indian leader also welcomed the establishment of communist government in China in 1949. So, and India also supported the cause, China's cause in the UNO. In 1954, India recognized Chinese right of general control over Tibet. Now, regarding this, India and the China signed the Panchshil Agreement. It is called as the Five Principles of Coexistence in 1954. And with this, new Chinese government cemented Indo-Chinese friendship. But the friendship between these two countries in the later period deteriorated when China grew bitter and launched a massive attack on Indian territories of Nepal. It is Northeast Frontier Agency and the Ladakh. China also occupied substantial part of India's land. Although war was stopped within a month, but the relation between these two countries could not be revived, or with the passage of time, so it get deteriorated. However, both India and the China try to strengthen their relation and the mutual cooperation time to time. At present also, the relation between India and China, it is not so cordial, as conflict is going on. Now next, India's relation with Nepal. Nepal is a country located on northeastern border of India. Geographically, culturally and economically, both the countries have had a close relation. Nepal, it is a landlocked country and does not have a port facilities. Therefore, Nepal can only trade through India and China. And by knowing this, Government of India in the year 1950 signed treaty agreement, Treaty of 1950 between India and the Nepal, and the treaty states that neither the government would tolerate any threat to each other's security by foreign aggression. Both the countries, so they agree that they would not tolerate any threat, any threat, dhamki, to each other's security by any foreign power. India provide every possible help to Nepal in the developmental projects. India's relation with the Nepal next, we have to see. India helped Nepal when later got independence, and also extended economic and the military aid. Relation between this India and the Myanmar are based on mutual trust and cooperation. India never interfered in the internal matters of Myanmar. On 25th May 2001, India and the Myanmar signed Memorandum of Understanding. In short, it is called MOU, M-O-U, Memorandum of Understanding regarding the maintenance of Tamuka-Letwa Road, navigation on the river Kaladan, and energy related projects are some important areas of cooperation. So India is cooperating in all those areas, and according to the Memorandum of Understanding which was signed on 25th May 2001. Now India's relation with Pakistan. India's relation with Pakistan has not been very cordial since birth of both the dominions. However, time to time India tried to establish a very friendly and a cordial relation with Pakistan, but Pakistan always tried to attack India and want to capture Kashmir. And accordingly, in the year 1965, Kashmir was attacked. Pakistan attacked India to capture Kashmir. India retaliated. India gave befitting reply to Pakistan, and it was after the United Nations Organization intervention which brought the situation normal. And accordingly, on 10 January 1966, both India and the Pakistan agreed or entered into an agreement. As a result, what happened? Tashkent Agreement was signed and peace was restored. But again, what happened in Pakistan till 1971? Bangladesh was known as East Pakistan. Bangladesh was the part of Pakistan. So civil war broke out in Pakistan, and the present Bangladesh, they want to get away from Pakistan. Now when the civil war broke out after the general election, so Pakistan started a reign of terror, the period of terror, everywhere terrors and the terrors. So the Pakistani government sent troops, and the troops started atrocity on common people. As a result, what happened then? This posed a threat for India, as millions of refugees came to India from East Pakistan. Now, that time Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister of India when large number of refugees started coming to India. Then India thought of helping present Bangladesh, means the East Pakistan. India thought that like this, if large number of refugees they start coming to India, so it was a very big threat, and the same would destroy the Indian economy. So India gave all help to enable the East Pakistan to liberate herself from the yoke of Pakistan. And accordingly, a war of brief duration took place, and at last Pakistan surrenders. So it was a humiliating defeat for Pakistan. East Pakistan emerged as an independent country under the name of Bangladesh. After that, the two countries signed an agreement on 3rd July 1972, and the famous agreement, it is known as the Shimla Agreement. This was followed by process of normalization of relation. Nowadays, India's relation with the Pakistan, it is not very normal or very cordial or a very friendly relation. So it is because Pakistan always supports terrorist activities in India, and until and unless Pakistan does not support aiding the terrorist activities, so India cannot hope for a very cordial or a friendly relation with Pakistan. Clear? Next, India's relation with the Bhutan. India also has a very cordial relation with the Bhutan since beginning. India has been helping Bhutan in its developmental work. Bhutan joined the United Nations Organization in the year 1971 and the non-aligned movement in 1973. After Second World War, when the Cold War was going between the socialist bloc, VLOC bloc, and the capitalist bloc, so parallelly another movement was also launched. It was known as the non-aligned movement. We are not to align with either bloc, socialist bloc or capitalist bloc. Mainly USA and her allies. So this non-aligned movement was joined by Bhutan in 1973. India helped her in the construction of road, bridges, irrigation project. Bhutan's Kuricho and the Tala hydroelectric project were constructed with India's assistance. So this is all about the relation between India and the Bhutan. Now, while discussing India's relation with the Pakistan, we came to know how Bangladesh was created, means how Bangladesh became independent and came out from the yoke of Pakistan. Now we will see the relation between India and the Bangladesh. India played a major role in making Bangladesh an independent country. Moreover, India also helped Bangladesh to set her economy on the sound footing and gave huge loan. In the year 1972, India and the Bangladesh signed a friendship treaty, cooperation, peace for 25 years. But however, Bangladesh attitude underwent tremendous transformation after Sheikh Mujibur Rahman assassination in the year 1975. Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, he was the main father figure, while Bangladesh was fighting for their independence. Now this resulted in an era of cordial relation between India and the Bangladesh after the assassination of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. But relation with India and the Bangladesh took a bitter turn on the Ganga water sharing issue by taking this issue. However, India's main interest was to safeguard the Calcutta and the Haldia ports to help Eastern India's sea trade. But later, relation improved in 1990s, and in the year 1996, a long-term agreement was signed with Bangladesh on sharing the Ganga water. India's relation with Bangladesh at present, it is not very cordial or friendly relation. It is because of immigration. Large number of people came from Bangladesh, and relation between India and the Bangladesh not very cordial due to infiltration of immigrants from Bangladesh. On an estimate, about 2 crores of the Bangladeshis are living in India. Estimated. Now we will see in class 10 also you will get the impact of these Bangladeshi immigrants in the growth of Assam population. Now next it is India and the Sri Lanka. India and Sri Lanka are ancient old friends, but this friendship got set back on the issue of Tamilians settling down in the Sri Lanka. During the prime ministership of Rajiv Gandhi, India sent peacekeeping force to Sri Lanka on the invitation of the Sri Lankan government to brought peace and the good order there in the Sri Lanka, and the same force returned in 1990. Mutual cooperation between the two countries continued in the field of trade, commerce, science, technology. India and Sri Lanka signed FTA, Free Trade Agreement, in December 1998. As at present, India's relation with the Sri Lanka, it is normal, and efforts are also made by both the countries to strengthen mutual understanding and the cooperation. So this is all about the relation between India and the Sri Lanka. This is the full discussion of this chapter. 2 more chapter remains. I shall continue in the next class. 2 more classes I shall take. So you read this chapter and read well at home. Tick the correct option, fill in the blanks, true, false, this you write, and the question answer and the notes that I shall give you. Read this chapter nicely and enjoy this class. If you face any problem, you call me every night from 8 to 10 p.m. I shall help you. Thanks to all.